we're excited to get back home this week, have a chance to play at home, and I'm looking forward to having a chance to play again. We didn't play as well as I would have hoped a week ago. I think you have to give Boston College some credit. They played well, and but we can hopefully play better than that. So it's going to be a big challenge for us this week to try to up our game. I'm sure that Mercer is excited about having a chance to come here and play at Bobby Dodd. They've got a number of kids from the Atlanta metro area and a lot of in-state players. I know what that would be like for them, having coached at Georgia Southern at one time. So I'm sure they're going to be fired up and excited to play, and we need to be as well. It's our first home game, and a chance to get back out there and see if we can execute and play a little more physical and a little better than we did a week ago.
Okay, questions for Coach Johnson? And once again, yes, please do raise your hands and use the microphones.
I guess with Mercer having all those in-state players and they're going to come out fired up, it's important for your guys to also come out with the same mindset in the beginning of the game.
Yeah, you would hope that you would do that no matter who you play, but I think especially this week, you know, the guys who played, there's still a few of them that learned a valuable lesson a couple of years ago when we played Georgia Southern. We came out with some intensity and got into the game, and then we got up 35-7 and put it on cruise control and almost lost the game. So it'll be a challenge to come out and play consistently. Mercer's got a lot of kids that have played football. I mean, their quarterback has played every game since they started back. Got some experience on the offensive line. Defensively, they're not as big as most teams we're going to play, but they run around pretty good. They also have the advantage of coming off playing a team that's very similar to us in style last Thursday night. So they've had all camp in 2 weeks to get ready to play. So there's probably not a lot you're going to do that's going to surprise them. So I mean, you know, I'm sure they're coming in with the attitude there's nothing to lose. Caution to the wind, let's go play, see what happens.
You also face another quarterback this week that you have to watch him taking off and running the ball. Ran for, I think, 74 yards last week. And, of course, this is something you've faced before, so you should be ready for that type of thing.
Yeah, we seem to have that problem at times. So, you know, we've got to do a good job of staying in our rush lanes and trying to contain the quarterback and you know, continue to try to fight to get pressure when they do drop back and throw. I think that, you know, this team, my take watching them, I think they'd rather run the ball if they can, but they're not afraid to throw it if you stack the box. And certainly if you give them the numbers, they'll throw bubble screens out there.
Coach, you said after the game that you make the biggest jump from week 2 from week 1.
Mm-hmm.
What areas have you seen, what areas have you seen people improve who has made a jump so far?
Well, we haven't really done anything this week. I mean, yesterday was, who do I look to make a jump? All of them. None of them were very good. Some areas were better than others. But, I mean, you go right down to, I mean, just pick an area. I mean, from physicality on offense, eyes on defense, leverage, missed tackles, missed assignments, misalignments. I mean, all the stuff that you have to do every week, we can get better at all of it, and we need to. Harrison Bucker was pretty good, so hopefully he can continue to build. Other than that, I think everybody out there can probably get better.
Justin had talked in the offseason about being a more vocal leader on the
I
field.
thought he did a good job on Saturday. He handled himself. That was a real positive for him. I mean, last year when things weren't going bad, just body language and all that, but he did a much better job. I thought that was he really made some improvement in that area.
As what do you from a guy who, like you say, coached saw Georgia Southern come in here a few years ago and almost pull one out, and a guy who went to, you know, knew the other side of that. What can you gather to help your team be ready for a team like Mercer that would obviously be easy to overlook? I think it's the first FBS school they've ever played in their history. least,
Well,
just bringing back football.
My challenge to our guys this week, I've told them the same thing I told you, but it's just like on Monday. It's about us. And it's about who you want to be and what you want to be. Do you want to be dead average? Because that's the way you played on Saturday is at best. I'm going to give you the benefit of the doubt and call you average. Or do you want to be good? And if you want to be good, you better work and come out and play better and play harder. More physical, more accountability. I mean, it doesn't take ability to look at who you're supposed to look at. That's not hard. Everybody should be able to do that, as opposed to stand and try to guess what play's coming, or just do your job and do it to the best of your ability, as hard as you can do it. Are you going to be perfect? No, nobody's ever perfect. But you got a chance of being much better if you'll do what you're supposed to instead of trying to freelance and do those kind of things.
When they do go to the the passing game, it's pretty obvious that Marquise Irvin is the go-to guy you'll have to really keep an eye on.
Yeah, I mean they've got good skill guys. I think that watching them on tape, their quarterback's a good player. 84, that's the guy you're talking about. Marquise is a pretty good. I mean, they've got some pretty good skill guys. Their running backs are adequate. So it's it'll be anybody you play will have good players. I mean, certainly there's some teams at the upper echelon that have really good players, but everybody's going to have some good players, so you have to get ready to play.
You mentioned getting Parker in the game, and you played Jalen, and obviously Diedrich played. In terms of, I guess, other freshmen, it was such a short game. You probably didn't get a chance to get a lot of those guys in. Are there some other guys that you're?
Yeah, well, we had a plan on playing some guys. We'll just let it unfold and see as the year goes out. I mean, it's a long season, so fortunately we've done really well on the injury front, so we haven't had to do that. But there's some other freshmen that are going to play.
Coach, I know there's always room for improvement, but what would be the one or two things that you took out of the game that you say that you were the most pleased with the team?
I think the fight at the end. I mean, it would have been easy to roll over, and we didn't roll over. I mean, we fought and clawed and tried to find a way, even when we didn't have our best game. That would probably be the biggest thing I took out of it, positive.
Coach, obviously that finishing strong is very important, but how much emphasis or under how much urgency and importance will you put on the guys going to the game against Mercer to start out really strong, to kind of set the...
Yeah, I think we try to do that every game. I mean, you want to get off to a good start in every game, but I'm a big believer in you play one play at a time. And good, bad, or indifferent, you got to let it go. And sometimes it's hard to let the bad ones go more than it is the good ones. But if you don't, you'll just put yourself, in a bind. So I always usually tell them right before we go out or at the hotel or sometime, I'll reemphasize that one play at a time deal. And, if it's your first game at home, you're coming off a game where you didn't perform pretty well, if I got to motivate you, you need to go sit your butt over there on the bench. You ought to be motivated to come out and play. That's all overhyped anyway. I mean, guys that want to play. I used to get the biggest kick. I said last time we won 38 games in a row at home at Georgia Southern, and we come out of the same locker room and they're all jumping up and down. We ready? Well, when the game started, they wasn't ready. The other team, our guys were just quiet and walked on the field. They were ready because they knew how to play. So you're not gonna, you can jump and shout and dive and turn cartwheels, but first time somebody hits you in the mouth, all that goes away.
What would you say the final grade that you would give for the game over last weekend would be overall?
C-, D+. I mean, it was good enough to win, but it was dead average. I mean, we didn't lose. You've heard me say all the time, the best way to win sometimes is not to lose. Well, we didn't lose, but I'm not sure we won. We just maintained and didn't lose. Now at the end, we found a way. I guess you could make a case to say we did win at the end, because we had to go, drive down and score, and so that wasn't all negative. I just want our guys to understand what the expectation level is, and it's not okay to go play like that. I don't care if you win or lose; it's not acceptable.
It seemed like with the pass rush, you were getting guys into the backfield sometimes, but they were just, Tolles was slipping them, or they were slipping and falling themselves.
As a general rule, you're going to get most of your pass rush from outside, and then you've got to push the pocket from the inside. You've got to move it. And that's what happens when the quarterback escapes a lot and they pull the ball down and they come out. You're not getting the push inside, or you're either countering and you're running out of your lanes and you're opening up huge holes because you're on different levels. But, as a general rule, your pass rush guys are going to be the defensive ends from the outside. I mean, you're not going to have, if your defensive tackles are leading the team in sacks, then it probably means your ends aren't very good.
Anything else?
I know the field's had some work. What have you noticed out of it? Is it pretty good shape? Ready to-
What?
Your field, I'm curious.
Yeah,
know
I
it had
think
some-
Chris May's done an unbelievable job on that field. I see him. He's out there 7 days a week, and that's his baby. And now we'll see when we play 4 games in a row. But right now, it's really good, and I give him a ton of credit. He's busted his tail on that. He really has.